following program is an exclusive Disruption Networks production.
If you ever rocked out at the legendary Captain Trips Rainforest Preserve, you don't want to miss Trip Fest 3 in memory of Vinny Captain Trips Morial. October 19th at the JCC Auditorium, 2310 Oneida Street in South Utica. It's a tribute to the Watkins Glen Summer Jam of 73, featuring Crazy Fools and a tribute to the band. Our Common Roots with the Grateful Dead set, and Les Brares tribute to the Allman Brothers. Adult beverages and food from Doughboys Barbecue will be available, and many items from the Captain Trips stores will be available for purchase by donation, with proceeds benefiting the Stephen Swan Humane Society. It's a look back to the Watkins Glen Summer Jam of 73 with tribute sets to the band, the Dead, and the Allman Brothers. Trips Fest 3 in memory of Vinny Captain Trips Morial this Saturday night at the JCC Auditorium, 2310 Oneida Street in South Utica.
Turn up the heat on Halloween this year and attend a cocktail party like no other. On Saturday, October 26th, the Event Co. invites you to Daniela Valley Views for the second annual White Party. Everything is white: the decor, the attire, and the signature cocktail specials. Get dressed to impress in your finest white attire. A $500 gift certificate from Ava Tula will be presented to the best dressed. There will be a silent auction to benefit CNY veterans at Utica Center for Development. This cocktail party adds a little sass to your class as Soul Injection brings the grooves that make that booty move. Visit theeventco.co for more ticket information. White Party wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for our sponsors: Adirondack Bank, United Healthcare, PJ Green, Mick Ultra, and FX Caprera would like to remind you to drive safe during this upcoming season.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my Nye VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at NyeVWofRome.com.
Want to know what's going on at the D? Hit up DisruptionNetwork.net and check out our events calendar, brought to you by the Events Co. Find out about upcoming guests, special events, concerts, show schedules, community activities, and more. Get connected at DisruptionNetwork.net.
Welcome to EC Radio Podcast. We would like to thank all of our sponsors for joining the Disruption team, and we hope that you will support all of our sponsors. And of course, we appreciate you listening to this program.
EC Radio, Disruption Networks. EC Radio, Disruption Networks.
Firing on all cylinders today, people. Look out. Fueled and jacked up on Utica Coffee. Only for your entertainment purposes only. What's up, everybody? It's EC Radio. How you doing? Greetings and salutations. Got the boys from Our Common Roots in the house with me today. Before we get into any of that, hold your horses. I know Andy's really excited to sing his little Debbie song right now. We got the freaking song stuck in my head. But speaking of Utica Coffee, we got to give much love to them. Wake the Hell Up is their slogan. WakeTheHellUp.com, which is where you can find them online. The best coffee in the world, people. I love it. I love it. I love it. Did I say I love it? I love it. It's so good. Me and Andy have been drinking this since like 2 p.m. We're just fueled right now.
I'm jacked.
That's why he forgets his truck keys. Anyways. Oh, so thank you so much to Utica Coffee. Also, much love to my friends over at the Utica Hemp Company. If you're thinking you're living with pain and you should want to try different medication, you should try CBD. It works for me every day. You should try it too. I know a lot of people have that hemp word stuck in their head thinking it's taboo or whatever, but it's saving the world, people. It reduces cancer tumors. It's helping with Parkinson's disease. It's helping with PTSDs and anxiety and so much stuff. In fact, I am wearing my Utica hemp shirt today. Representing, yo. Representing. Check them out online, uticahempco.com, or stop into all 4 of their locations and see if CBD works for you. They give out samples all the time. They do. So if you go in there, maybe get yourself a nice little pusty with some CBD in it and see if it works for you, or maybe some gummies, or they even have dog treats. So if your dog is suffering from like separation anxiety or something like that, see if a CBD dog treat will help out. Brian suffers from separation anxiety.
No, his dog does.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You should try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. I'm telling you right now, man.
Listen, man, Oliver's he's a good boy, but man, oh man,
He gets a little crazy.
he's crazy boy.
He is.
He gets super sad. They turn on like 12-hour dog anxiety music before they go to work each day.
It used to be Fish.
Oh, really?
Fish was your dog's anxiety music?
Yeah,
Was
he
it
used to
really?
listen to Billy Breeze before he went to work.
My favorite Fish album.
That was a lot of yeah, it's got a lot of good tunes on there.
Absolutely. Well, that's funny. You would play Billy Breeze for your dog, and it would calm him down?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah?
Are you kidding, man?
The whole album.
Trey Anastasia.
I love Trey. I just spent 3 days with Trey. It was
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. It was probably the most epic 3 days ever.
Oh my
I'll
god.
tell you what, awesome person.
amount-
The
dude.
whole crew, everybody's so cool. And I had private Trey shows to myself. It was
Really?
amazing.
That's awesome. That's super cool.
I got a blessed life, man, and
Yeah,
thank you for
man.
to all my friends for hooking me up with that gig. But he did 2 nights of rehearsals and then had the show at Geneva.
Right.
And
The intimate night with Trey Anastasio.
dude,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
It was before I can even get to, and they were sold out, and I was like, well,
sold out in minutes.
yeah, I was like, hell, there's that. Next time he comes around.
Should have did that show at the Stanley or something.
Yeah,
bigger.
seriously, he would have been fine. He would have filled it up anyways.
Nothing against the Geneva Smith Opera House, great place.
Yeah.
but we could have used a bigger venue.
Right. Yeah, totally.
Really cool though. Trey sat around, told stories, and just talked. Oh, it was amazing. My 22-year-old self was freaking the freak out all week. Seriously,
That's cool.
That's awesome. That's super cool.
freaking out. We're gonna freak out tomorrow night though at the JCC, the Jewish Community Center, for Trip Fest 3, baby, and the boys from Our Common Roots are gonna be a part of that. I'm so glad the boys and girl. I
Yeah.
should say,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
of
Oh,
Our
man.
Common Roots.
Can't forget the Sarah Mack.
You can't forget about Sarah Mack.
No, you can't.
You literally can't.
How come Sarah won't dress up in Tame the Giant? I was trying to get her to dress up. But you guys are doing that.
Oh man, that's funny.
She's going to get so pissed when she watches this
Yeah,
later.
she's gonna be like these mother truckers.
She played the "I'm too cool for school" gig right then and there. I'm like,
She-
come on, everybody else is wearing a wig. Why can't you? No, man, I don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Yo, basically, yeah, dude.
Yeah. She don't mess around.
She's new to the Tame the Giant scene.
She-
so. Oh, she's done 2 shows with us. now.
Yeah, she understands, but she learning it.
Yeah.
She's learning it. She'll get it. Eventually catch on, right?
Yeah.
I feel it.
I actually don't know if will ever. I don't have much hope for it. I feel like I feel
Stuck
like
in the
she's
whim.
just going to be doing what she's doing.
And then-
We're gonna get progressively weirder, and she's gonna stay there.
Stay there. She's going to be like our tether to the normal world.
Ah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
We need to like make sure that we know we're still in the third
Yeah,
dimension.
third dimension.
Like, here we are.
I have been talking about that Tame the Giant show since I seen it. It was the first time I ever witnessed it. First of all, I didn't even know you guys were a part of the bill. And when Andy come rolling in his guitar and stuff like that, I'm like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh, I'm playing." I'm like, I don't see Our Common Roots on this bill. No, Tame the Giant. I was gonna go home. I'm glad I didn't. I'm so glad I didn't go home.
Yeah, I love what Tame the Giant has morphed into. I just kept throwing weird ideas at these guys, and they're like, "All right, let's do it. That sounds cool. That sounds cool." Originally, it's funny when I was first starting to write music as Tame the Giant. This is probably going back about 6 years. It was originally going to be kind of I wanted it to be like a lo-fi, almost like My Bloody Valentine type thing, with the vocals like really buried in the background with like a bunch of super echo and like kind of like trebly, like pretty tones with like kind of like harsh distorted guitars around them. We had this like really insane kit drummer at the time, who was really, really insane. There's like wild stories about him. He drummed so hard he would bleed all over the set almost every single night. And we would get done playing and it would just look like a murder scene from this dude.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he eventually landed himself in jail.
Oh, really?
And I think that's where he is to this day.
Is either Blue Man Group or jail with that guy, right? There was no in
Yeah, dude.
between.
It was. Yeah.
And then, early on, as we were playing out with that setup, we got kicked out of a bar one time. They wanted us to stop playing. They're like this drunk dude kept saying, "Why don't you take your shit to Motown? Get out of here, you stupid hippie!" I'm like, I'd love to do that. But now, it's funny because it's morphed into this wild rock opera.
So much fun.
Can you explain the whole premise of the story, the whole rock opera?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yes.
It gets freaky.
I
Dude,
rehearse
listen.
every night before sleep.
So Tame the Giant revolves around the Pharaoh Boy and Little Debbie. Mm-hmm. And the Pharaoh Boy is kind of the star of the whole thing. He's this kid who was born on a planet that isn't Earth, and he's set to be king. But he starts getting into some teenager things. He starts smoking joints, and he gets really he falls in love with Little Debbie. Because on this other planet, there's one thing that the whole universe can agree on, and that's Little Debbie. I mean, everyone around aliens love Little Debbie.
Okay.
They're really into cosmic brownies and
It's true.
oatmeal pies.
Star Crunch.
We've
Yeah.
seen them.
Yeah.
It was made for it.
Yeah. It's not even. Yeah, it's there.
Little Debbie equals love.
Yeah, Little Debbie
Yeah,
was love.
Seriously.
So
Yeah.
the Pharaoh Boy, he's getting stoned, and he falls in love with Little Debbie.
As you do.
And he says to himself, I have to meet her. There's no way that I can't not meet her. So using all of his connections as a future king, he eventually finds Little Debbie. And they fall madly in love together. So they fall madly in love. And they're out one night, and they're up on Lover's Lane, and all of a sudden they see some ships, and some spaceships start to arrive on this planet. And they've always dreamed about something like that. So the ships, they land, and they actually take Little Debbie and the Pharaoh Boy into the ship with them. And they're all about it. They think it's cool. So they start traveling around the universe with them. And they go to all these cool places. They actually find this planet called Earth, and there's nobody left alive there. But they find all of these tapes, these Disney tapes, and they believe that was their religion.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That was Earth's religion, was Disney.
Wow.
Which is fair.
Aladdin or something?
Yeah, a whole new world.
Yeah. A whole new world.
New world.
A
whole new world. So they basically form a cult around Disney. Mm-hmm. And
It's just a Disney cult. Do they
You would think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or.
Never mind.
do they have to wear Mickey Mouse ears and stuff like that? Is it part of like the initiation?
well,
There's still artifacts, man.
that's only the high priestesses and priests wear the
Right.
wear-
No one else is worthy
Yeah,
until
that's
they've proven
that's like
themselves worthy. Yeah.
sacred.
Is Goofy on the console too?
Yes,
He is.
he's
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
He's kind of the wild card, though. He's there. He's not.
He's goofy.
He's kind of omni. Yeah, he's goofy about it. Stupid. He's goofy about it.
So they,
Disney's the religion.
Disney's their religion.
Okay.
So now these new aliens, they adopt it as their own religion. So now they keep flying through the universe, and throughout this time, it's been a couple years, and Little Debbie starts getting kind of cabin fever. She starts getting a little bored, and she starts trying to throw a revolt. And a couple of the other aliens on the ship, they kind of agree with her, and they believe her side of the story. So she gets a few people to turn on the alien ship, and she has the revolution. And unfortunately, in the battle, Little Debbie dies, and she gets thrown into a wood chipper, because they have a wood chipper on this alien ship, because you
It's
never
a
know.
beautiful wood chipper.
Yeah, I can't believe you're giving
Troy
away the
Bell.
ending right now.
3.5.
You're giving away the whole rock opera, but this okay. Continue on though.
He's like, I'm enjoying this.
It has a 3-inch chipping capacity.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tons of torque.
Yep. 3.5 pounds torque.
Yeah.
So Little Debbie gets thrown in a wood chipper.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It's a sad moment.
Yeah.
It's a very, very sad moment. The Pharaoh Boy, he's distraught. He's really upset about the whole thing. So he says to himself, he's going to do anything to fix her.
You gotta.
So he
wants to avenge her death.
Yeah, he absolutely wants to avenge her death.
And
That's
put her
his
back
lady.
together,
That's
right?
his lady. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he continued. They end up taking over the ship. So now Pharaoh Boy is in control of this whole entire spaceship, and he's got a crew of aliens who are ready to follow him wherever he wants to go. So they hear of a witch doctor in another galaxy. So they eventually go to this other galaxy and they find the witch doctor, and they're able to put Little Debbie back together. And that's actually set one.
That's set one.
That's set one.
Or
Yeah.
act one.
Yeah.
And that's where our story ends for now.
For now.
Okay, so you plan on building on this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
there's-
I'm just about done with all the songs on set Act 2. I got a couple more tweaks here and there, but I'm almost ready to put together a whole different set.
Yeah.
And eventually I would love to if like, dreaming big, if this ever became a thing, I would love to tour with it, and we only play one act a night. And there's no rhyme or reason to where we play the acts. It's not like we're going to play 1, 2, and 3 each night progressively. Maybe it'll be like Act 2, and then Act 1, Act 3, Act 1. So you got to follow us around to see the whole entire thing.
You got to go.
You got to go. That's what it's feeling that night.
And then,
Tame the Giant tour.
Once every couple years, we'll do a whole thing where we do the entire
whole spectacle.
Yeah.
I got to ask you guys, Ryan and Brian, when he comes to the table with these ideas, are you just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No.
Or are you just like, hey, let's just roll with it?
I mean,
Nope.
over time
probably.
and lots of conditioning have led us to realize that when Andy has these ideas, we just roll with it because they're gonna be awesome at the end of it. But no, we actually kind of encourage it. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's very different
to break the monotony of like the day to day doing something that's so wild and crazy that when it gets to a moment where someone has a crazy idea, we very rarely say no. We're like, all right, we're doing that.
Yeah,
which is kind of what brings the craziness to the table that we're looking for.
Yeah.
I love it. How long is Act 1? If you were to time it out.
No, it's an hour and a half. It's about 90 minutes.
It's a 90-minute.
Yeah, it's
at its full fledged, with all the whole spectacle. It's about an hour and a half.
Actually, there was one more song. There's one more scene that we had planned. That
we
night,
didn't do it.
But I realized they were like shutting the bar down, and it looked like all those people wanted to go home.
Yeah,
so I was like, all right,
we just got to close it up.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
I got you.
But there's more to it. There was more.
That needs like a big stage, and like you guys tomorrow night will be at the JCC. That might be a perfect stage for this.
I would absolutely. What we'd love to do is we have even more props that we're working on because it's a rock opera, so there's a little bit of acting. We have some actors, and we're starting to get into some props. We're working on some plywood for backdrops, and there's going to be a couple scene changes that I would love to do, and I would love to film it professionally so we could start showing that video to other bars, because I feel like trying to book it at a bar and explaining it to somebody.
We have done it at a bar though, mind you.
I was just going to say, I would suggest not booking that at a bar.
Yes,
like that doesn't need to be at a bar. Why waste it at a bar when you're going to push a pool table off to the side so you can set up the sets and stuff like that? No way.
It's too tough, especially with the actors.
And plus, the people that are going to these bars, they won't appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. I guess I say bar, but that's like where my mind is, but like
some kind of venue.
Venues, that like this.
Right,
is
it's got to be a stage.
And
it's a show.
Yeah,
it's definitely a show.
Yeah,
it's a production. That's what it sounds like. No, this is really cool, man. I'd really love to see this out again.
And a huge shout out to Heather Espy, Graham's wife, who
love Heather and Graham.
Some props for
it. Yeah, she killed it.
Graham is super amazing. Graham's involved in it too, but his wife made some awesome props for this last show that just took it to the next level, which was really awesome.
Nice, very cool, great night.
Yeah, so much fun.
I mentioned earlier, I was about to leave, and then he come rolling in. I'm like, I can't leave now. And I'm so glad I didn't. And then I was hanging out with my boy Chris from Beside the Sun, and we were just chilling, and he goes, yo, that Little Debbie song's fire, bro. It's catchy. It really is.
That's awesome. That's too cool.
Little Debbie. Good stuff. Our Common Roots in the house with us today. Tomorrow night, Trip Fest 3, people. Come on out. It's at the Jewish Community Center. What we're doing, and, thank you so much for doing this for us, because it's an involved project tomorrow. I know you guys had to learn a couple different songs that you're usually not into playing too many covers. I mean, you play some covers here and there, but, you you're an independent band.
Yep.
You like to write your own and stuff like that. So what we're doing tomorrow is we're doing a recreation of Summer Jam or Super Jam. I don't even know what it's called. It happened in 1973 at Watkins Glen.
Nice.
And 600,000 people showed up to that.
That's insanity.
It was bigger than Woodstock.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Insane. So the Allman Brothers played, and the band played, and the Grateful Dead, and you guys will be doing the Dead set for us tomorrow. Now, I know you got the shirt on today. You're a big Deadhead, right? All you guys Deadheads?
I honestly didn't start listening to the Dead until I met these guys.
I don't think we would cover any Dead if it weren't for me.
No, probably not.
Probably not, to be honest.
I appreciate them because I love jam music.
Yeah.
But as I was talking about, like
you're more of a Fish guy.
I don't want to say that out loud,
Why?
Because there's people, man.
Who cares?
I'll say it out loud. I'm totally more of a Fish guy, straight up.
Me too.
But yeah, I totally appreciate them. Andy actually, he handed me a bunch of Dead records years ago, and
that's so I was probably 14. Probably about 14, and I was taken by the metal wave that had come through music. Like that was my first my own discovering was like Deftones, Rage Against the Machine, System of a Down. I was right in that vein. Those guys were super important to me. Green Day was at the time, and I think I was about 14, and my dad brought me his record player with a stack of Grateful Dead records, and he's like, "Son, it's time you learned about the Grateful Dead." And he had seen them a lot growing up, and he was super into that type of music. But I'd never been really exposed to that. And then putting Europe 72 into the vinyl player and listening to Europe 72 Warfrat for the first time blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
and that was it. Nice. I mean, that was what I went after. I mean, I love bands like the Deftones, and I love that type of sound still. Absolutely can listen to that stuff anytime. But from that moment on, that music really touched me.
And you became a Deadhead.
Oh, yeah. That was it.
Right. What about you, man? What were you growing up listening to?
Oh, man, I couldn't have been more opposite. But that's kind of the cool thing about all of us is because we were all raised differently. My dad's been a drummer for about 30 some odd years. So, he grew me up on similar things, Rush being the big one, like Audio Slave and Tool and stuff like that. Dave Matthews was thrown in there too. So I listened to that for a while, but then I really got into, again, the System of a Down and the Green Day thing too. But I honestly never touched the Dead. I didn't even know they really existed until I met Andy, and he was just like, "How have you not listened to them before?" Because I'd heard about Fish. I was like, "They're like that, right?" And he's like, No. He's like, "Listen to this. Shut up and listen to this." and I've really enjoyed it ever since. They've got that really cool jam quality that I'm looking for in a lot of music.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Brian, you're more of a Fish guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many shows you been to?
0.
Really?
Yeah.
And you still like them?
Yeah.
See,
can I tell you what it is, dude?
Yeah, please do.
I have a really weird eclectic music thing, and I think even for I'm not saying I made a point of pride, it's just or anything like that. It's just literally a fact. A lot of my favorite bands are local bands, but I grew up with a really weird thing. I grew up listening to classic rock with my dad. My mom liked R&B. I got into the church stuff when I was 15, and then the whole gospel train takes you on a weird thing because that's all blues stuff anyways.
Oh yeah, soul blues.
Yeah. So you're in that vein. So I got thrown to the wind, and then I met Andy. Started playing with him years and years ago, and that was the guitar thing. That's where the jam stuff came into effect. So I'm all over the place.
It's good though.
Yeah. So I don't even know how I landed into Fish.
And then I hear that in your music too. That everybody has their influences, and they put it into the music that you guys all create. It's there.
Yeah. I think that has always been something that we've absolutely prided ourselves on, is that, and that's where the name comes from, is our common roots. We all have the common root of music, but we've all looked at it through different perspectives our whole entire life. So to bring it all to the table from these different avenues has been a cool thing. Because me personally, if I was complete in control, we would be doing 20-minute versions of our songs. We would be going in and out of these crazy instrumental places, But these guys kind of reel me back in, and as much as I want to fight it sometimes, I love it because it's what creates then our songs, and it's this give and take, which is kind of neat,
There's something to say about the restraint.
Yeah, to have someone to pull you back, and it's like, okay, maybe we shouldn't do a 10-minute jam version of this song, and it's like, all right.
But then we're also really benefiting from each other too, because there are times where I've been like a very strict musician, where I kind of look at things like
Very regiment.
right? Like everything has to be kind of monetized and figured out.
And
then
theory, are you a theory guy too?
yeah, I went to
One of those.
I went to Ithaca College for a couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a music performance major, so I learned a lot of theory and stuff like that. But meeting these guys kind of led to me to believe, like, hey, chill out a little bit. Just play what feels good. Don't worry so much about the structure. Just do it. And that's something I've learned a lot from these guys, too, is learning to just let things go.
Be loose.
Just be loose and go for it.
That's awesome.
Ryan also has perfect pitch, which means that he can tell you the note that your refrigerator is humming at.
And he will. He will tell you.
It's true.
You can give him a guitar. You can give him a guitar and play with all of the tuning pegs, get it into just sounding horrible, and he can bring it up into the standard tuning from his ear.
I try.
Every single string can be off, and he can bring everyone back into perfect tuning.
Took a lot of ritual sacrifices to get that kind of skill.
You do ear training courses, right, in Ithaca? Did you do any of that?
Yeah, we did some sight singing and sight reading courses and stuff, but I guess I had kind of learned I had perfect pitch early on in my musical career, middle high school.
Oh, yeah?
It just kind of became a thing where somebody would tell me to start singing a passage or something in choir, and I would just start singing it before they even gave me a lead-in note. And they were like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So we kind of explored it, and they kind of taught me a little bit more about it. And I guess I have perfect pitch, and I've had it for a long time. But it's been invaluable in a lot of cases, too.
Are you one of those guys that could just play it right off the piano? Well, you're a piano player anyways, keyboards, right?
Oh, I dabble in a lot of things. I'm
Find all
jack
those
of
major chords through your ears, huh?
If it makes notes, this dude can play.
I mean, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none kind of guy, but I like it that way. I like being able to just jump around a bunch of instruments, just have fun, and
he can play a kit too, like a mean kit.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good drummer.
Yeah, don't tell Sarah that though.
Nah, dude. Yeah. Oh my God.
No,
so
and it's
funny.
fair. It's fair. I have terrible rudimentary form, and she's been actually taking lessons.
Yeah,
to
she
be a
takes.
drummer.
She's
and she takes lessons, and it really pays off because she's a really solid drummer. But one time I hopped on her kit and I played something, and she would.
And
look
she
at
was
me.
like,
I was like, why don't you look at me? She was like, apparently I had
Bro.
two different grips, with my six that just didn't go together. But then again, I guess that was part of it. Is I just taught myself from a young age, just all right, let me just bang on the drums and see what happens. So I never developed
rock
style.
and roll drumming.
I watched Sarah grow. I watched her first gig all the way to where she is now. It's a world of difference of where she started to where she is now, and she's a beast now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, she kills it.
she's intense.
Yeah.
She can play.
Yeah.
You can play. Adam Mannion checking in from Trampoline Jetstream. He's saying, "Kill it tomorrow night, guys."
Hey,
Nice.
bro.
thanks, dude.
Those dudes are awesome.
Those guys are so cool.
Yeah.
The jam scene in upstate New York is really strong right now. There's some great bands coming up, such as you guys, Annie in the Water, Trampoline Jetstream, even the Old
play
Main.
that
If you
show.
go with there's so many great bands right now.
Yeah.
What show is that? You will.
No. No. I want to play that show. You just named it off. That would be such a fun show.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Let's put it together. Let's
Annie
do
in the Water, Trampoline Jetstream, and us.
Our common roots. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That'd
We
be-
should make it happen.
That'd be hot.
That would be a hot show.
Yeah.
It's a great community brotherhood too, man. All these bands, they get along great, and you're switching gigs and playing with each other, and they're doing these super jams, and it's really, really cool to see. And we got to keep more of that going. Is what's got to happen.
The jam band scene across America right now, it's awesome. I mean, they
really
take
blowing
care of
up
their
again.
musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
They take care of the people. The people who go to those shows really deeply care, and it's an interesting circuit to be on. I feel it's much harder as just a straight rock or a straight blues band, because you go to another town and it's hit or miss, it's sometimes the bar, there's nobody there, and the people were there into it, but there's just nobody there, and that's the thing. But you go to you get on with these festival circuits, and people show up to these things, people care about it, and they'll follow you, and they care about the things that you're talking about, and it's really cool. Jam band scene, super, super awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It really is. Heather Aspie's checking in. She's saying, make that show happen. We do got to make that happen.
Oh my God.
All right, we're on it.
So much.
We'll do it.
Also, Faith is saying Trip Fest is going to be epic. It is going to be epic.
It's going to be epic.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow night at the JCC. There's tickets still available, so if you want to go down to Big Apple Music right now and buy some tickets, save yourself a couple bucks.
Yes, come down to the app.
Partial proceeds do benefit the Stephen Swan Humane Society, and we're also busting out, like Captain Trip, you guys all familiar with Trip, right? Back in the day?
Yeah, dude.
Hit all the head shops.
I'm not. I was actually just going to ask you because I left Utica when I was 17.
Okay.
And well, Poland, and like I had come into the city a little bit, but I had never really experienced any of the bar scene or any of the music scene. I wasn't playing yet. And I went down to New Paltz, and that was pretty much my stomping grounds until I was like 25, 26.
Great scene there.
Oh, New Paltz is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my first time playing in shows. And playing out in the bar scene was in New Paltz. Amazing people down there. So I don't actually know the Captain Trip story, and I know there's like I hear so many people say so many awesome things. So I guess I would love a little more knowledge about who he was and like what this all kind of means.
Well, Andy, many moons ago, there was this man by the name of Vinny, and we called him Captain Trip, and he was all over the place. Originally, he started as a carny, but he was the very first head shop to ever come to Utica.
Wow. Okay.
And he started I want to say it was in Yorkville or whatever. He ended up having a couple different head shops, one in Clinton, one in Yorkville, one in Utica, and he had all these head shops. Well, he parlayed those head shops into this amazing nightclub where I pretty much got my start. It was the first show I've ever booked and got into music and all that. And that was back in, I think, 95 is when Trips opened. Yeah. And they had bands such as The Band played there, and Branford Marsalis and Vince Welnick, and just everybody played at Captain Trips, dude. Jerry Garcia Band, all your favorites, and even like rock and roll, like The Rat, Great White, Slaughter, bands like that, Night Ranger. They would all come through Captain Trips. I mean, it was a legendary club, bro.
It was across the street from Uptown.
So you see where Slice Pizza is?
Yes.
There's that vacant lot.
Yeah.
That was Captain Trips.
Okay,
that vacant lot
where it was.
Was there? It was 2005 Genesee Street.
I had a crazy experience there.
Did you?
Yeah, dude.
Talk about it.
I couldn't have been like. You said it opened in 1995, right?
95, and I think they closed in 05. They had a good 10-year run. 05?
So it must have been like, I was like 12 years old, right? And my dad lived on Auburn Ave, which was like literally around the corner.
Yep.
My dad's a rocker guy, right? I told you, like, he was like, yo, Brian, I cannot get you in. I can't get you in, but we can stand outside. And I was like, what? He goes, Blue Oyster Cult's playing outside. I'm 12 years old. And, like, I had heard them, like, don't fear the Reaper, boy. So I went over there, and he's like, I saw the entire show from the inside. There was, like, enough space so you can see everything. It was insane. Being 12 years old and having that experience and having that place there, I was hyped when I found out I can do this thing. Yeah.
Amazing bands used to come through there all the time. Wow. Mo
like
played there.
to have that on Genesee Street was nuts for me.
Yeah, it was. It was a shame when they knocked it down. They should have never knocked it down.
Oh, I know. It's wild.
And there was just a bunch of political crap that went along with that being knocked down. But that place was legendary. And like I said, it got my start. And the first show I ever booked was in 1998 there on my birthday. And and we partied many nights. And there were so many great bands to come through, and the list goes on and on and on. And but so we do this party, and this is the third annual, and we did it all 3 years at the JCC.
Nice.
And we always have a dead band because Vinny was a deadhead, so you got to have that. But he had all this leftover stuff from his head shop. So the first year we went through his locker. He had a storage locker, and we opened it up. It was like 1993 died in there. We opened up the locker, and there's just so much stuff and posters and collectibles and stuff like that. So we cleared it all out, and we put it out. And we put it out, and people, they pay whatever they want for the stuff, and all that money goes to the Stephen Swan Humane Society. Last year, we went through the basement of his house, and instead of, because the storage was already cleaned out, so we went through the basement last year, and there's so much stuff. This year, we're going to the attic.
Oh, man.
And there's just too much stuff.
The good stuff's in the attic.
We're going to have like 40 Trip Fests just to get rid of all this stuff.
Hey, man. Wow. Let's do it.
So, yes. It was. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a great night tomorrow night at the JCC. Plenty of tickets available. Go to Big Apple Music, buy tickets, or pay a couple extra bucks at the door tomorrow night. Our Common Roots is going to be there. Our friends from the Crazy Fools. Well, it's Crazy Fools and Friends, not the full Crazy Fools, but the Crazy Fools and Friends are going to be there. They're doing the band. They always do the band great, man. Are you guys friends with the Crazy Fool Boys?
We don't really know him.
And
I don't really know him.
Yeah, I don't think we've
You're
ever
another
met.
one with a woman drummer too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh really? Oh snap.
Nice. I
Another
like
one
that.
coming in, and then LeBrer's doing the Allman Brothers
Okay.
and the Sistai Brothers.
We had a debate at the Apple today about this whole about the Allman Brothers and the Dead. Because I said to him, I don't know where we are on the list. I'm just, I got confused where we are in the set. And I said, you know what? I bet that we're last only because I think that the Dead are the most popular band on that bill. And if they're doing like Watkins Glen, I would want the Dead to headline. And
It was the opposite.
Mark Sr. goes like this. Yeah. And then he looks at me, he goes, no way, dude. he goes, there's way more Allman Brothers fans. I'm like, no. We literally got to argue about this at work, and I'm like yelling because I'm way too
All
annoying
of them
about
were
that.
like a much bigger commercial success.
at that time.
Yeah, at that time, but like if you think about it, so I'm getting hyped now. Like at work, I'm like, no, there are so many kids nowadays who got into the jam scene that they're discovering them, that they have so much bigger of a fan base.
The Dead.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. It's like
I
it's
agree.
so broadened at this point that I would totally argue that there's more Dead fans than Allman Brothers
Yeah,
fans.
and they're still out there doing it.
Yeah,
with
like-
John Mayer and Phil Lesh is out there doing his thing, and just like they're still doing it. It's 70 plus years old. It's amazing. Where the Allman Brothers are all dead. I mean,
Isn't that's like
don't mean to be morbid, but
Yeah.
that's some wordplay.
but there's Allman Betts. They're out there doing
Yeah.
it. They're kind of
They were just at the Stanley.
they killed it.
That was
too.
an awesome show.
They killed it. That was a lot of fun, that show, and it's cool to see them carrying the franchise on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
But the Dead are still doing it.
Dude.
It's amazing to me.
Wild.
I know a lot of these old rockers. They'll never die.
Dude, did you see that video of Paul McCartney falling down the stairs, getting back up and finishing songs?
76 years old.
76 years old, taking a nosedive down a 15-flight full of
Right.
stairs. 87 flights of stairs comes down, and he hits the ground.
He's in great shape too. Bob Weir's in great shape too. The last podcast I did with Al Schneer from Mo, he was talking about like Bobby brings a gym on the road with him. And, like he's doing TRX and resistant bands, and he looks jacked right now. He's just chiseled.
Wow.
Like good for Bobby. And
Yeah, dude, like,
Bobby's
honestly,
freaking
pushing it.
75 years old or however old he is. Like
Good for him.
He's up there.
he could continue to do it at such a later age in life. It's amazing, and they're still doing it. It's mind blowing. But you guys are going to do it tomorrow. Do you guys got your set planned out for tomorrow? Or?
Yes, we
Yes,
do.
we do.
All ready to rock it out?
Yeah.
a little bit?
Yeah, we're all set.
It's been super fun. This has been it's
been a cool
an honor
time.
to do this, and it really has been a fun time. Kind of stretching outside of our normal bounds and kind of doing something that is a little unfamiliar to us. And yeah, it's been a fun. I've played with a Grateful Dead cover band from where like Bolivar is, like Allegheny County way. They're called Stepping Stone, and those guys are just amazing. Josh Bowen and Ray Baker, and I'm good friends with Josh. Me and him played all the time, and he invites me out. This was, I don't know, 4 years ago. He invites me out for a Halloween show, and they do a lot of, they pretty much just only Dead covers, and they sound like a really early version of the Dead. If you could picture the Dead maybe in like the late 60s, where they had some of these songs, but they weren't like fully developed yet. They sound like kind of very bluesy. That's kind of how they sound. That's kind of how they approach the Dead.
Yeah.
So he invites me out to play a show with them, and I think that he means I'm gonna play a couple songs and then open up for them and then play. So I get there, and he's like, "Oh, you can set your amp up and everything." And I said, "Oh, I'll just play first, and then you guys will go on." And he goes, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, I say, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "You're gonna play with us." I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, "You're gonna sit in with us like the whole entire show." And I'd never practiced with them, never. I got a really good ear, and I can hear things, and I'm not like scared of like playing with anyone. And I'm familiar with all the songs, so he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're gonna come up and just sit in." And now I've played with those guys, I don't know, probably about 10 times and like 10 shows with those guys, and some awesome places. We played this one gig called at Pollywog Holler, and I think there was like 350 people that showed up to this thing, and we were just like playing Dead tunes the whole entire time. So
It's important for a band to challenge yourself and dive into a project such as this. You can't grow as a band until you challenge yourself. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
It's definitely different. It's definitely like a whole other way of doing things. We're totally not that.
There is like a moment with a band too, and I think it was with us too, where we got by really far with just our natural ability and our natural desire to do things. But then there did become a point where we were just kind of like, where do we go now?
Yeah.
And it kind of pacified us for a little bit. We didn't really know where to go. But the coolest thing about that is the more that we're discovering what we enjoy as we're developing, the more opportunities we're seeing to grow, more than I would have thought when we first started.
Yeah.
So things like this even kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things that we could be doing with our own music and stuff too. So it's been really good inspiration. But not to mention, it's just been fun too, because like I said, I never really knew anything about the Grateful Dead before I met him, especially. And I never thought, I mean, he was probably going nuts when he got offered to play a full Grateful Dead show, 100%.
I never. Yeah, you asked me this 10 years ago if I would have been doing this.
I would have said, "Who do you mean?"
No.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's like because like I've always just jammed with it. I've never taken the lead in any of these songs. So it's sort of like
Andy's. You're Jerry. I'm Donna.
Yeah.
You look like her.
Thanks. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Shut up.
I'm gonna be doing in the back of the stage doing opera voices.
There you go.
Just like getting ready.
Hilarious. Jake DeBari saying you guys were great at Locktoberfest in Rome.
Hey,
thanks, dude.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Jake's
that day
a
was
good
hot.
man. That day was hot.
Dude.
Well, not like actual temperature wise.
No, I got a sunburn, man.
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah, you did.
I got a wicked sunburn, dude.
Sarah got stung by a wasp
on the hand.
10 minutes on the hand before we started that show.
Yep.
Twice, too, apparently.
Twice, like 2 times. Yeah, she still played it
Just
out.
right on her
That's why we
middle
say
finger.
when she's a beast, we're like, nah, dude. She had a full-on, like, cartoon glove for a hand.
Wow.
And she just
was
kept
still playing.
And she rocked it out for 4 hours. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a great day, too.
Yeah, it was a good day.
Our first real show in Rome in a while.
Yeah.
I think the last time we played at Copper City a couple years back.
Yep.
But then that was a new experience because I recently moved to Rome. So I was like, I don't really know if a lot happens in Rome. But then I quickly found out that I was wrong, that there is a lot
There's
of cool
some things
stuff
that happens in
going
Rome.
Rome's starting to make a comeback. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sarah, this must be outside her comfort zone, playing a bunch of Grateful Dead. I don't even think she probably didn't even know who the Dead were.
No, she was
into it.
She was pretty familiar because I can't remember the band she was in before, but
She's gonna kill us today. By the way, we talked
so much about her.
Go ahead. I'm sorry to
keep
cut you off.
invoking the Sarah Mac.
Invoking.
She played. She was familiar with a lot of the stuff, and she said they had done like a drum breakdown even in one of the other bands that she was playing with.
Yep.
Yeah, so she was pretty familiar.
Which is cool.
With a couple other ones, and like she had said Saint Stephen she wanted to do. We're not playing that one tomorrow, but that was one that she had played before with the other bands. So yeah, she was kind of familiar with it.
Yeah.
My man Josh Amodio checking in from Priceless Inspection, and he's one of our sponsors for Trip Fest. So thank you so much, Josh, for the sponsorship and your viewership and your friendship as well. He's going to be there. He's looking forward to tomorrow night. So it's going to be fun, man. What I love about Trip Fest too is we get to see, it's like a reunion. We get to see people we haven't seen in 10, 15 years, or there's always that one person that blows my mind, like, wow, I can't believe you're here type of thing. But a lot of times we can't get together. Everybody's so busy. You guys are gigging, everybody's gigging, or there's shows and life and families and kids, and all this stuff gets in the way. So it's hard to get together as often as you would like, but festivals like Trip Fest make that happen for everybody. So I'm really looking forward to catching up with a bunch of old friends tomorrow. It's going to be good. And Sean Gaffney from the Crazy Fools checking in, saying pump for tomorrow night. So you can also listen to his podcast on the D, The Baseline, which is coming to an end pretty soon because baseball season's almost over.
Yeah.
It's almost over. That's sad when baseball's over. That just means it's winter.
Stop, dude. Come on. Don't say that word, man. Come on. What are you doing?
I've been talking to our local politicians and state politicians, and I think we're going to be able to like cancel winter this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
they can do that.
We have the ability to do that. I'm hoping that we could just do like 90 and sunny from now until March is what I'm.
Most people are trying to say 70 with a light breeze, but we're trying to work with them.
We're pushing for it, It's
definitely pushing for 70.
You got to get out there and you got to be active, and we can get this done.
Maybe
but you go down 10%.
When that cosmic shift happens, that's when it's going to happen. Noah Dinerstein checking in. Dinerstein, sorry, buddy. Good to hear from you. He's saying he's going to be in the house tomorrow night, and he's going to drink. He says he's going to consume 5 to 10 alcoholic beverages. So there will be alcoholic beverages.
That's a good number.
I like that. You know what, dude? I appreciate that he's doing multiples of 5s.
Yes.
5's my favorite number, so that's good. Thanks, bud.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude.
Why?
Because it's not too much, it's not too little. It's right where it should be.
That's fair.
Yeah, I can't argue that, actually.
Yeah, and he also wants to know if dancing in his socks are allowed. He wants to dance with his socks off. So.
Only if,
No,
if
you can only dance if you're just wearing your socks.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, exactly.
Especially on the gymnasium floor, because they just polished it, too. It's nice.
Dude, he can full on, you know,
Then it wouldn't be Trip Fest.
risky
It'd be like
business. That jazz.
Fest.
Risky business.
Yeah, dude, he full on Tom Cruise slide. Just take them old records off the shelf.
Oh man, do you remember that time that we
Oh, my
had
God.
We played this little mini festival with the band that I was just talking about, Stepping Stone.
Good guys.
And amazing dudes. And there was some lady there who was hammered drunk who kept screaming, "Play that song." What's it?
Old time rock.
Old time rock.
She
and
just
roll.
kept saying, "Yo."
Literally for
the
3
whole
hours,
night
dude.
into the next
3
morning.
hours. Like from our show to the next day. Yeah.
She kept asking for Bob Seger, even when we weren't on stage and
You
we like
guys
clearly
know
weren't
Bob
playing music.
Seger?
She's
You
like,
don't
"You
know any
guys."
Seeger?
We were like, "No,
No, we don't know any Seeger, man. Sorry.
It's her Freebird. Right?
Dude,
All-time rock-
Honestly, I'd take that over here in Freebird."
I got hyped. Somebody asked me the other day we were playing at Saranac, and they said play Freebird, and I was like, what did I say? On stage, I was like, nah, fuck no.
It was during the Tame the Giant show at 12 North, and someone said Freebird, and you said, "Fuck you! I'm up here giving my sermon, and you're gonna tell me that shit." And then we kept going, and like
Because my character I'm not myself. I'm Jason Pickle City.
Jason Pickle City.
My name is Jason Pickle City. I'm
The narrator of Tame the Giant.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm a dignitary. I was an elected official from Pickle City.
Yeah.
It's adjacent. You know,
It's a big deal.
It's a Jason.
It's a big deal.
so I'm Jason Pickle City.
And next time you're gonna be like, "This is the only Freebird you're gonna get."
Yeah, no, dude. Listen, that's my platform next year.
So what's next with Our Common Roots? What happens after this? After Trip Fest tomorrow night, you got more gigs lined up. Going to the studio.
This
What's
weekend we got
happening?
a Sunday. We're playing over at Woodland for.
Yep.
It's the Oktoberfest.
Yeah, it's for their Oktoberfest from 2 to 5 p.m. We will be up there for that.
Oh, cool.
And
Yeah, it's gonna be a
then
good time.
the following Saturday, the 27th, we're going to be playing at Hidden Springs Brew House in Norwich for their Oktoberfest.
Yep.
You guys are a drinking,
That's
partying
actually
band.
I know.
Dude,
Love
we've
it.
got booked
It's-
for so many party shows this year.
If you're a brewery, book Our Common Roots.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the
We
whole.
Kinda
got
goes
songs
hand in
about
hand.
drinking. We like.
we sing a lot about drinking and stuff though. I don't know.
do.
It just happened.
That's been really cool this year, having played multiple Oktoberfests, including Saranac's Oktoberfest first off, which was really cool. Other than that, we don't have many more shows just because we are planning on hopping in the studio and
Yeah.
starting to get some new material and to bulk up for the next,
Yeah, we got some new tunes coming.
the
We're
next
super
summer
excited
season.
about it.
Excellent.
And tonight, I'm going to be doing a solo Tame the Giant set at the Uptown Theater for the Utica Zombie Walk.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because one of the songs that we didn't play, I have a song called The Zombie Apocalypse too, which is kind of a fun song. So I'll be playing that. I might do a solo mini rock opera tonight. I'm going to judge the crowd when I get there to see if I can do it. But if I do the rock opera solo, it's going to be a hobo on drugs goes to a Halloween party with his invisible friend.
That's awesome.
Okay.
That's
solid.
the title of it.
Okay.
We'll see. I'm going to see how the crowd is when I get there.
That's real. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like it.
I want to wake up and be Andy for 24 hours just to see what the frick goes on in that head. Just
We
for
used to-
24 hours. Just wake up, I'll be Andy, and then I go back to sleep and I'll be me again after.
We used to do a show, or not. We should have done this show. We used to make a joke about Andy saying if you followed him every day, you could do a show called Holy Fucking Shit with Andy Soroka. It's just because if you spend longer than 6 hours with this dude, I don't know how he survives. I don't know how he's this. I don't
Well,
know how
honestly,
he's this old.
you can spend 6 hours with him and be fine. It's when you spend 6 hours with him and trust him to lead the way for you.
Oh yeah, dude. If you're following, yeah, you're gonna be
if
interested.
he says, "Hey, let's go do this," don't take anything he says at face value. Like
'Cause
when
there's
he
gonna
says,
be-
"Let's go on a hike. It's a nice day." Don't just take it like it's going to be a gentle stroll because
there will be a
You're
checkpoint.
going to go through a stream like waist.
not a stream, dude. That was a glacial river
All right, I took you across the West Canada River.
with
You took it across the
rapids
West Canada River.
in April.
We took that car out of that.
We stole a car out
Stole
of
a car out of the thing.
out of a mechanic shop.
Yes, dude. I got thrown around in the woods on a 4-wheeler, screaming at the top of your lungs.
Yeah, he almost brought a whole pack of coyotes.
Yeah, he almost
down
brought a
on
whole
me
pack
once.
of coyotes back on a 4-wheeler. At 3 a.m.
Howling at him.
Write a rock opera about that day.
Yeah, that was. We went out there. It was like the middle of the night, and it's one of those really foggy nights. And I live up in Poland, right on the edge of the Poland sandpit. So some of the stomping grounds is like going up into the sandpit. Great time. So we're right on the edge of this sandpit, and I mean, it's just the moon is full, but it's so foggy that you can't see anything. You can barely see the edge of like almost certain death. I mean, you would fuck yourself up.
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked scary, especially drunk at 2 in the morning.
So some coyotes start howling, and I start howling back at the coyotes.
Oh, that's smart.
And then all of a sudden, they're a lot closer.
And they're all around
I
us.
wonder why.
They're getting closer.
And they're all I'm pretty cool, level-headed, but even I was like, all right, Ryan, I think it's time we go. Right
I was
now.
like, dude, let's get on the 4-wheeler like right fucking now. We got to get out of here. Like that scared the shit
It's
out of
too
me.
much, man.
No, that was too much.
Good time.
And I'm sitting there with
Yeah,
a
it's
beer.
Good days.
And he was just like, he doesn't tell you anything. We're on the 4-wheeler. He's like blasting up this like slant like this, 30 miles an hour. And he'd be like, all right, lean right. And we
he
would.
was like,
And you would have to
lean.
listen because there's like a huge drop off, like 25 feet down. If you didn't lean to the right, we would have tumbled down the hill. He didn't give us any warning about that.
He didn't care.
So story,
And yet,
moral of the story is,
here we all are with all of our fingers and toes. And
somehow,
We're here. Yeah,
we got
good.
lucky.
We're survived.
It's like you're gonna be scared, but you can trust him.
Oh, hilarious. Freaking hilarious. I'm looking forward to getting some hang time with you guys tomorrow.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Bubba.
tomorrow's going to be a great
Yeah,
time.
it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have fun.
And it's cool because we've kind of a lot of these Dead songs. I mean, definitely don't expect to hear straight Dead cuts.
Right.
You know, it's absolutely
You got to put a little OCR on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
we
definitely
put a
got that
little
flavor.
OCR sauce on all of it. So just super excited to.
OCR sauce.
Yeah. Is that going back to his vasectomy?
That's Andy's sauce.
I was wondering if we were gonna land.
And here we are.
Shooting
Just
blanks.
remember to spay and neuter your cats and your boyfriends.
And your local wooks.
Oh my god.
Spay, neuter, and vasectomize your local wooks.
Put that on a t-shirt.
That's
our
literally
next t-shirt right there.
Vasectomize
That's
your local
money.
wolf. Yeah, that's some good shit.
your local.
Put that in your rock opera, bitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's about a Wookiee that goes to a doctor and he gets a vasectomy, but they actually cut the wrong part off. I don't know. Anyways,
I like it.
we'll have to collaborate.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Please neuter your local wooks today.
Exactly. Yeah.
And look into adoption. Look into adoption.
Totally. Yeah, you should totally look into adoption.
Dan Sistai from Libraires is saying, can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. It's going to be a good time. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. They are probably the best Allman Brothers tribute you'll see.
I hear good things.
They're incredible.
I hear good things. They were
Definitely.
like we were talking about it today, and they were saying how good those guys are.
They're right up there, and they've been doing it for as long. We can add up all our ages in this room, and they've still been doing it longer than we.
That's hype.
Our collective
believe it.
ages.
So here's my Allman Brothers story.
Okay.
I won tickets to 3 nights. I won 3 different shows on the radio when I was, I don't know, I had to be like 19 years old, living down by New Paltz. And I actually did not know where Woodstock was held. I didn't know that Woodstock was held in Bethel Woods. I knew that there was a Woodstock in New York. The first night of the show was at Bethel Woods. And I asked someone, I said, oh, where's the show? And they said, oh, it's where the original Woodstock is. So I just said, all right, let's go to the Woodstock. And I brought a buddy of mine who had never been to any type of music show. And we drive all the way to Woodstock, and I go out in the gas station. This is like back before GPS was a thing. And I'm like, where's this show, this Woodstock thing? And the guy starts laughing at me, and he goes, you're looking for Bethel Woods, man. And that's about 40 minutes in the other direction. The show was just about to start. We're like 10 minutes away. And so I just hop in the car, ended up being a little late, but the show was amazing. I got to see those guys 3 nights in a row at Bethel Woods, and it was unreal. They were just amazing players. Vibe was super awesome. The crowd was super awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely a lull in the music scene right now with the Allman Brothers not being around, because they had legions and legions of fans, kind of like the Dead.
Yeah.
That just people would follow them all over the place, but put on some amazing, incredible shows. That's for damn sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Did you guys ever catch the Allman Brothers back in the day?
No.
No. Ryan?
I saw them at the State Fair one time.
Did you?
I got
Oh, I
lucky
take it
enough.
back. Yeah, I think so. I think it was at the State Fair.
I got lucky enough to see them there, and that was a really cool experience. I have not been to as many concerts as I thought I would be at this age. I've only been to like 2 or 3 concerts in my entire life.
What?
Yeah.
Concerts. You've been to shows. It's different.
No, I've been to Rush. I saw Rush in tour, and I saw. I was lucky enough to see My Chemical Romance in Lincoln Park on the same bill.
That's cool.
You ever see Dave? You love Dave.
I saw Dave one time,
Dude,
10 years ago.
I went on tour with Dave.
I know.
Dave Letterman?
No, Matthews.
Dave
Oh, okay.
Dave Matthews Band.
You guys are one of those guys that referred to him as just Dave. Kill yourself. Okay? Please.
Yes.
All right.
All right, that's fair.
Eric.
Do I see myself out?
Eric. Boy, listen.
No offense, but
Bruh.
you're not friends with him.
Dude, we love Dave. That drives
Dave
me.
who? David Lee
Yeah.
Roth?
Yeah.
Which Dave?
Come on.
There's so many Daves.
I got a friend that does that. It makes me laugh so hard.
Stop with the Dave.
That was good.
Yeah, that is fair.
I went on like an entire summer tour with Dave Matthews one year. I not particularly a Dave Matthews fan. I mean, he's got some awesome music. He's done some things, and that's cool.
For sure.
He's an awesome songwriter. I mean,
so much respect for the man.
Yeah.
The guy's done amazing stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I love his story too. Just like the jam scene. Well, he's part of the jam scene if you think about it.
Yep.
But it's all grassroots, and that's how he grew organically.
Yep.
You know, of course, he had some commercial success in the mid '90s, early '90s, but he had to grow before he got there.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, he's part of those wetland bands, and all those guys are Dave Matthews and Rusted Root and Fish and the Blues Traveler. All those guys, the first wave of jam bands.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, it would be the second wave, I think. You'd think the Allman Brothers and the Grateful Dead would be the first wave.
Yeah.
But the second wave would be Fish, Dave Matthews, Widespread Panic.
Sure. Yeah.
Bands like that. So
you know, I never really too huge of a fan, and I was dating this girl at the time who just did not give a fuck about credit card debt. Like, did not care. I mean, like, did not care like no other human being that I've ever met in my life.
Ring it up, honey.
Oh yeah, and I didn't even know she hid it for like the longest time, but she literally booked every single hotel room on like she looked at Dave Matthews tour. She loved Dave, and she's like, all right, we're gonna spend our summer on Dave tour, and it went all on a credit card. Every single like hotel room and like tickets to that thing, and like she just put it all on the card. Ended up like $50,000 in debt or something over that.
Wow.
I was like,
That's so
Dave Matthews is like, thank you.
Yeah, really. He's like, thanks, man.
Thanks for your credit card debt.
Yeah.
He's paid my guitar tech for the year.
Yeah, seriously.
Noah wants to know, will there be a sugary dosed in OCR sauce?
no.
No
No.
sugary dosed in OCR sauce.
No.
There's a lot of other Dead songs dosed in OCR sauce, though.
There is, yeah.
Yeah. And Heather Espy is saying Vinny and Tommy from Captain Trips took her to her first Allman Brothers show.
Oh, that's cool.
How cool
cool.
is that? So
That's really cool.
we should mention Graham, old friend of mine. He's your
Yep.
bass player. Love
He's the
that
man, yeah.
He is the man. He's a smart dude. He was
Yeah,
my
very
sound
smart
guy
dude.
for many years too at the electric company back in the day.
Crazy.
I'm sure he's told you a couple stories. But I'm looking forward to catching up with Graham and Heather and everybody that used to hang out.
Graham has really brought a really good balance to the band, but just a really good level-headed, calm
Yeah.
personality. And that's what we needed.
To balance you guys out.
Yeah, dude.
That is the truth, man.
There's some high energy going on in this place today.
Yeah,
And it's not just the coffee.
and that is what Graham has really done for the band. Is he's so level headed.
He's such a good
just so
dude.
cool about
Yes.
everything, and it's like you run something by him, he's just like, yeah. And if we can't figure it out, he's like, all right, well, we can't do it this way, so let's try it this way, you know. And he's a problem solver, and he's a really good thinker.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart. And he's always been the same person. I've known him for 20 plus years, and he's been the same dude for 20 plus years.
Yeah. And those
That's
type
awesome.
of people are rare.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
looked
Right.
through so many different like outfits and so many different personalities and mindsets, and it's nice to see
Somebody's consistent.
just that longevity and the consistency of a personality, and it's really cool. Super
Good balance, man. You got to get out of here, huh?
Yeah.
You got to go to work.
Yep.
He's playing hooky from work today.
Yeah. Yeah, they gave me some time. But yeah, dude, I love being on the show.
time
It's
is
so much
fast.
fun.
I love having you guys,
And I
man.
told him, I was like, yo, dude, I got to do this. And he was like, All right.
They understand.
They understand. They get it. They're nice about the show stuff. It's good business.
Our girl Zizi checking in. Good to hear from you. She's saying, I can't freaking wait to see these guys play. I've been trying to catch them for so damn long. And you guys have built that name for a while.
Yeah, we've been together for almost 5 years.
It's been 5 years?
5 years January.
5 years in January.
It's tough for her, too, because everybody's busy and playing, and she's always playing gigs. And
she's
the best, right?
She's such a killer singer.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's insane. I want to play with her at one point, but we got to figure out a thing.
I was lucky enough to have her play with us in Street Rock for a while, and we had some great nights with her, and the girl just got a voice like an angel.
Yeah, kills it.
She should be on like The Voice or America's Got Talent or one of those. She should be like our next representative from the 315 to go on one of those shows.
Dude, it's so crazy that we have people from
All the time.
It's not crazy because like when people ask me about it, I'm like, dude, there's so much talent in the area that like I'm not surprised when I hear somebody. I'm just like, all right, cool. Another person got on there. Like I'm so not surprised that they just did that. They're there. They're that good.
Yep. Yeah, this whole region. It's
something in the water.
It is. It's something with the weather because everybody's stuck inside and they just practice their.
Yep.
Yeah, literally.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
Right now, you can catch a cover of Ryan online on the Facebooks doing Minecraft.
Okay.
Because he was
that was completely out of left field. I think he was saying as an example of like being shut in because it's cold as shit.
Exactly.
Like,
there's no other reason you would
Thank
cover
you,
Minecraft.
Ryan.
Yes, you're welcome. I am here to serve.
He's my interpreter. Yeah.
So when Brian says weird shit, I translate it.
Do you
for
speak
him.
East Utican?
Yeah. Well,
Yo, dude,
no.
what are you talking about?
No, that's not. It's his own unique blend of Brian.
Zip dab doobadia.
He just said thank you so much for having him on the show, and he can't wait to be back again soon.
I can't wait to have you guys back. Next time, bring your instruments too. Let's jam out a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Totally, 100%. Yeah.
And then Andy, give a plug to your podcast too. You got one. You're going to be doing more episodes soon, right?
Yeah, I got a show called Hidden Jams, and I'm trying to set it up as kind of a mobile, on the spot interview thing where I will come to you. I also have a little studio, a very small studio space that I can work out of, but. Truthfully, the show, I would like it just to be kind of a mobile thing where I go to you and we hear one of your songs and then we chat about your life in music and how it started. This season of Hidden Jams, I have a game that we're going to be playing. I don't want to like give too much of it away before the season starts, but I've kind of turned the interview into like a fun kind of game that I think will be cool. Originally, it was all about singer-songwriters, and I just want to work one-on-one. I did a lot of soul searching about that, and I want to work with some bands, up to 3 members from any band. And yeah, I would absolutely love to interview you if you're out there, and it's super, super fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then you guys got a couple shows coming up. Sunday, you're playing at Woodland, and then December.
We have two. So we have 2 more local shows coming up, and that's the last we're going to do for a while.
You're going to tuck it in for a little bit?
We're going to tuck it in. Yep. We're going to, hunker down, like really finish up a lot of the tunes. We're going to get in the studio. We're going to get some stuff down. So anybody who's heard some of the stuff that's, newer from us that hasn't been played in the past 5 years, it's going to be popped on the new tunes that are coming out. You can get those, and we'll see you in the spring.
Yeah, cool, man.
Tomorrow, we're going to have our CD, Seder Circus, and we're just going to be giving it away to anyone who wants it. It's, if you have any inkling of wanting to listen to it, then, we're just going to be giving it away. It's really funny. It's hard to give out CDs. We get done with these shows, and I walk around with a stack of them, and I try to give them out.
But nobody has a CD player anymore.
Nobody has a CD
Nobody
player
has CD.
anymore.
Yeah, seriously.
And I'm like, hey, you want a free CD? And they're like, I don't got a way to listen to it. And it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's insane. It's almost
I
kind of
still
sad
collect CDs.
sometimes. He's just like,
Yeah, I
he's
still
like, who
collect
wants
them.
a CD? And then no one comes over, and he just kind of turns around and looks at us and puts it back down.
Yeah.
But
wild.
but
They're
it's,
saying that
you never would
vinyl-
think.
The vinyl's outselling CD nowadays.
Yeah.
It's so
Isn't that
expensive
amazing?
to get stuff pressed.
I know.
Though, dude. Like,
But I think
I would love to do it. Don't
Yeah,
get me wrong.
way
Like,
more
I would
worth
love to
it.
put a 13-track, thing, A/B side, dude. Like,
that would be cool.
but it would be like they're like $20 a pop.
Oh, yeah. If not
Cost.
more. No, more.
Or more, not more.
Yeah, yeah.
Plus, you got to buy your the master, which is just a solid piece of metal. Dude, they're expensive, man.
Noah's saying Hidden Jams I was on, and Brian crushed it on the harp on my original. Loved it. Watching everybody. And OCR is great. See everybody tomorrow night. Cool, Noah.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Noah.
Everybody,
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Everybody out in Facebook land, if you could do us a favor and click the share button and help spread around this conversation that we had today, and also Trip Fest and all the things that Our Common Roots are doing. How can people find you online? They want to hear your music and stuff.
Well, you can find us. You can search us up on iTunes through Apple Music. You can find us on Spotify. You can also find us on. I'm forgetting one.
You can do YouTube. You can search
you
Our
can
Common
YouTube.
Roots. Seder Circus is the name of the album.
Our website is ourcommonroots.band. You can find our stuff there, as well as just looking us up at on Facebook. Just search Our Common Roots or OC Roots on Instagram, and we always try to keep something.
And, we'd be willing to come to your house and and play a little song at your front door if that's something that anyone is into. We do that type of service.
Really?
Yeah.
We got to talk about this. Actually,
Yeah.
we'll talk about this off air.
Yeah.
I have a great idea. Actually.
Okay, sweet.
We'll talk about this, but you guys, much love to you guys, man, and keep doing your thing. Come back anytime you want to promote a show coming up or an album or whatever. Come back and jam and just shoot the shit.
Thank you, dude.
That sounds fun, man.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Maybe we could do it on the air. Tame the Giant.
Yeah, dude, we can do a tame. We can do a Disruption Network. Dude, we can
Tame
do
the
a whole
Giant. We're about
TTG.
that.
Andy, can you write a whole rock opera based around the subject of the D?
Are you
Yes.
kidding? I'm on it.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
So
Yeah.
oh man. All right, I'm sorry.
We're working on it.
The Rock Disruption Network, the rock opera,
Yeah.
I love
featuring Our Common Roots. I love it. I love it. And
Yeah,
don't
I'm a
forget
fan.
tomorrow night, Trip Fest 3 at the Jewish Community Center. It's 2310 Oneida Street. Plenty of tickets still available, so if you want to save a couple bucks, hop on over to Big Apple Music right now. Pick up tickets for like $10. We got Our Common Roots, the Crazy Fools and Friends, and LeBrer's doing the amazing Allman Brothers tribute. Come dig through some of Captain Trip's personal treasures. And also, this is a fundraiser for the Stephen Swan Humane Society, so partial proceeds to benefit the doggies. We like to do a lot of things for the dogs, and you guys do too with Animal Jam and all the great things that Masucci's doing in the community as well. There's going to be beer, food, and a whole bunch of stuff going on. Much love to our sponsors too. Priceless Inspections, Dr. Scott Domenico, Donato Appraisal Service. We all know our buddy Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frank's a good man. He caught you playing hooky from work today. By the way.
He did.
And of course, your friends here at Disruption Network. Also got to thank our friends over at EJA Moving Services. Eddie is a great man. When you're ready to move and relocate, hit up Eddie and his crew. He'll move you pretty much wherever you need to go. EJAmoving.com. And also much love to Nye Volkswagen in Rome. If you mention this podcast or any of the podcasts here on the D at Nye Volkswagen, they're going to give you $250 off that vehicle purchase. Hit them up at NivedubofRome.com. And much love to Utica Hemp Company too. You guys into the CBD thing? You guys try it?
Yeah.
Very good for you.
It is.
Is it working for you? Some people are different, you know.
I'll say this, man.
Everybody's
there's all different kinds, and there's all different ways to use it, and you totally should try it if you haven't, and it might change your mind.
Let's do an experiment on your dog.
Totally.
Yeah. Let's do it. I know it's worked for some of my friends' dogs, and they give them a little treat with CBD on it, calms the dog down.
Yeah.
So maybe
he's a pit too, so he's got
a lot of energy.
We'll have to give him a lot of CBD. Then.
Yeah.
We'll just open up his mouth and pour the dropper in.
He'll just stand there. You can just do like a funnel. He'll be like,
But if you are living in pain, see if CBD can work for you, man. Try it out. Utica Hemp Co. UticaHempCo.com. They got 4 locations, one in Clinton, one in New Hartford, one in Herkimer, and Utica. And talk to them. Improve your quality of life with Utica Hemp. That's what they do. So, good stuff. I like it. I have arthritis pretty bad in the right foot. Full dropper.
There you go.
Good for the whole day.
Yep.
Good for the whole day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're gonna have a good time though, fellas. We're gonna drink some beers.
Cannot wait.
Yeah. We're gonna have some good. We're gonna have a good time. Yeah.
We have to. I don't think we've really gotten down together yet.
No, not yet.
It's time.
But it's time. It's time.
Yeah. It is definitely freaking time. Our Common Roots, keep killing it, doing it. Little Debbie, Tame the
Super
Giant.
honored.
We got to do Tame the Giant too. We need to do a Tame the Giant show.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Yeah, we do 100%.
It's a hard thing to find where to book it, and I think we need someone.
We need that help on that back end, Z.
Yeah.
On that back
Figure it
end,
out.
Z.
Hey, I know the back end really well, by the way. I'm a back end kind of guy.
Yeah.
Hey. I'll leave you on that note. Later, fellas.
See ya.
Thank you for calling the EC Radio Attitude Adjustment Line. Press 1 if you need a good slap in the mouth. Press 2 if you need a stern verbal lashing. Press 3 if you need a timeout. Press 4 to respond to the voices in your head. Press 5 if you need to talk to your mom. And if this is an actual emergency, please hang up and call someone who gives a shit.
You know what the hell you're listening to? It's EC Radio.
Only on the D. If you ever rocked out at the legendary Captain Trips Rainforest Preserve, you don't want to miss Trip Fest 3 in memory of Vinny Captain Trips Moriel. October 19th at the JCC Auditorium, 2310 Oneida Street in South Utica. It's a tribute to the Watkins Glen Summer Jam of 73, featuring Crazy Fools and a tribute to the band. Our Common Roots with the Grateful Dead set, and Les Brairs tribute to the Allman Brothers. Adult beverages and food from Doughboys Barbecue will be available, and many items from the Captain Trips stores will be available for purchase by donation, with proceeds benefiting the Stephen Swan Humane Society. It's a look back to the Watkins Glen Summer Jam of 73 with tribute sets to the band, the Dead, and the Allman Brothers. Trips Fest 3 in memory of Vinny Captain Trips Moriel this Saturday night at the JCC Auditorium, 2310 Oneida Street in South Utica.
Turn up the heat on Halloween this year and attend a cocktail party like no other. On Saturday, October 26th, the Event Co. invites you to Daniela Valley Views for the second annual White Party. Everything is white: the decor, the attire, and the signature cocktail specials. Get dressed to impress in your finest white attire. A $500 gift certificate from Ava Tula will be presented to the best dressed. There will be a silent auction to benefit CNY veterans at Utica Center for Development. This cocktail party adds a little sass to your class as Soul Injection brings the grooves that make that booty move. Visit theeventco.co for more ticket information. White Party wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for our sponsors: Adirondack Bank, United Healthcare, PJ Green, Mick Ultra, and FX Caprera would like to remind you to drive safe during this upcoming season.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, "I love my Nye VW." Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at nyvwofrome.com.
Want to know what's going on at the D? Hit up DisruptionNetwork.net and check out our events calendar, brought to you by the Events Co. Find out about upcoming guests, special events, concerts, show schedules, community activities, and more. Get connected at DisruptionNetwork.net.